Hey guys, so I just have a little bonus lecture here for you. And I quickly wanted to talk about pricing because I know that it's obviously important and we all want to make money. So I just wanted to talk about how you price, general pricing, um, and basically how you can find your ideal price, the price that you're working towards in order to make the living that you want to make. So the first thing that I found, obviously here on our favorite website, pros.com, they have a lot of really great information that they've been collecting from their translators. I mean, they get it from you, they get it from all of us, and they've created this tool. So if you come up to tools and go to proz.com tools, and then come over to community rates. So they've been collecting this information on all of their translators, their languages, and how much they're charging. They've averaged out all of these numbers. So for example, I'll just do mine as it's probably the easiest right now. So we just come down here, go to Spanish, into English, and we'll just leave it at any field and the US dollar. And we will see more or less what people are charging. So as you can see, we have two sections. We have rate per word, which to me is how most translation agencies, 95% of translation agencies work by word. And you can see the standard here is 11 cents per word, and the minimum, so this is the minimum that people are willing to accept, is 8 cents per word. And then over here, we have obviously rates per hour. And usually when you do translations, it's not usually rates per hour. It depends on the country, depends on a lot of factors, really. But a lot of people do rates per hour when they're editing, or it really depends. It depends on the job, depends on the agency. So you can see over here that our sample size is about 12,000, actually, yeah, 12,500 almost. So it's a pretty big sample size. So this this is just to give you an idea of what people are charging. Now, what I wanted to show you, I've created this little pricing guideline, and it's a very basic pricing guideline. It just is to give you an idea, kind of based on your own goals, your personal goals. So I have two. Again, I have the per word rate and the per hour rate. I'm just going to work on the per word rate because I think that's where most of us will begin. So here in the yearly earnings, you put how much you want to earn. For example, let's say I want to earn, let's say 40,000. And then in the next one, you put your work days per year. I put up here in number 2, the annual US average is 260 days per year. And so that's the US. In Europe, it's about 252 or 253. So it's a little bit less. Obviously, Europeans get more vacation than Americans. So it depends on your country, and honestly, it just depends on how much you want to work. But a US average is 260 days. So let's go ahead and put 260 in there. And then there are the words translated per day. I've put up here, I have 3A and 3B. So this will be 3A. So lastly, enter how many words per day you will translate. So an average full-time translator for full-time work does 2,000 to 2,500 words per day. This is very dependent on your skill. It's very dependent on how well you know the language, how well you know the vernacular and vocabulary of that certain document that you're translating. It's dependent on tourism, things that are less technical. You can obviously translate more. So this is just a very general average. So let's say instead of 2,000 words, let's say it's a document that I know very well, and I'm going to put 2,500 words. So this, remember, these notes are all before taxes. And I wish I could talk about taxes, but I can't cover them, and I'm not a lawyer. So in order to learn about taxes and all of that, you'll have to talk to a lawyer or an accountant or somebody who knows the laws in your country. So all of this is just to give you a general idea based on your goals. As you can see, if I want to make 40 grand and I can translate 2,500 words, I need to charge about 6 cents per word. So remember, before taxes. So if we come back, if here, as you can see, the standard was 11 and the minimum was 8. So 6 cents per word is quite low. It's a quarter less than the average, and it's half of what people are asking for. So it's quite low and easily doable. Obviously, it depends on the country you live in, it depends on your expenses, it depends on a lot of things. But just getting started out, you don't have very many expenses. Maybe the ProZ account, which is 120 bucks a year, so $10 a month, which is really nothing when you're talking 40 grand. There are some other things, obviously, that may come up, but this is just to give you an idea on your goals. If your goal is to make this, then you have to average 6 cents a word. So I will make this pricing guideline available to everyone. Um, and I will put it in the show notes so you can come here and look at it and play around with it and see exactly the price that you are shooting for. This price may not be what you get at the beginning because you don't really have experience and you're new, but you'll have to work up to it. So this is your goal price. So again, I'll put these in the notes. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks.